Hannah and Tim Grow Old Disgracefully by Robert Chantler. Episode 1, Marbles.
I think it's a disgrace making all pensioners have a dementia test.
Well, my conscience is clear. I didn't vote for them.
I didn't vote for them, but I still have to have some soppy cow come round our house and assess me.
I'm having one too.
Teachers just stick her nose in people's private lives. I'll wind her up like a clockwork mouse.
Don't. You know what these social worker types are like. She won't get that you're winding her up. She'll think you have dementia, and then heavens knows where you'll end up.
And as for our weekly trip to the post office, I wonder why we bother. We both get good private pensions.
Well, you always said that whenever you get the chance to get anything from the government, you should milk it like a cow.
And I hate the lap belts on our car. Chafe me nipples.
Oh, aren't we in a lovely mood?
I hope you've got a strategy ready to deploy so we get to the front of the queue quickly. It's Sir Charles's funeral this afternoon.
Yes. You know, we'll get barred one day, you know. We'll be rumbled.
I faked a brilliant seizure last week.
You did. And I fainted beautifully the week before that.
Well, that comes natural to a big girl like you.
I thought this week I'd use number 8. You know what that is, or has dementia set in?
Very funny. Number 8 is the deadly fart.
Correct. Guaranteed to stop someone sitting next to you on the train.
Yeah, and that's why my seat-wiping behaviour is totally rational. I could get on the train at Kingston and for all I know some flatulent passenger might have just got off after gassing up the upholstery. Never sit on a frayed seat on a train because it's probably been farted on lots.
How's that?
Well, the gases destroy the fabric. That's why people who fart a lot have threadbare areas in their underpants. Thought everyone knew that.
OK. Well, how about we change the subject and go to the post office? We can walk. The exercise will do you good.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not fat.
No, I meant it might help you cheer up. You know, walking's good for the mood, apparently.
Ready?
Just say when.
Not a phrase I hear anymore.
It hasn't shrunk that much.
Anyway, deploy when ready, General.
Are you talking to me or my...
You, naughty boy. Morning, Jack. We'd like to take our pensions, please.
Yes, just give me the slips and I'll transfer your money into your account.
Hannah gave me too much muesli this morning.
Quite. All done. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Some air freshener at once, Stephanie. And open the front and rear doors.
I actually feel a little guilty, you know. Farting in a confined space like that.
Better than farting in a lift. That's wrong on many levels.
Hello, Anne.
Hello, Karen. Things all right with you?
Oh, yeah. Chris isn't good, though. His arthritis is really bad now.
Well, he's in better shape than Sir Charles.
There are quite a few people here, aren't there?
Yeah. Is it me or is it late?
I think there's a hold-up. Tony's over there chatting to the vicar. Look.
Oh, yes.
Here he comes.
They can't start yet because the lorry carrying the shipping container got stuck under the railway bridge at Hanson Wick.
Oh, no.
Determined to make an impression is Sir Charles.
He would if he fell out of it.
And now I'm taking over as CEO, even in my twilight years.
You realise, now that you're CEO, you will actually have to come and do some work.
No, the board will do that. I've been busy delegating already. It was Sir Charles's dying wish that I take over the company. He told the board via a video link from his mansion as he lay on his deathbed. Bless him.
A fine man.
Yes.
He'll leave a big hole in the computer games industry.
Yeah, and he'll leave a big hole in the cemetery too. Still, life goes on. Well, his doesn't, but...
Yeah, we know what you mean.
If you hadn't retired, you could have been the departmental manager.
How long till the lorry gets here, do you know?
Well, apparently they got it out. The trains between Shepperton and Kingston aren't running now. I guess they have to check the bridge.
I hate funerals. Reminds me of what we've got coming.
Yes, well, modern medicine's very good at keeping us going, and we're not exactly frail, are we?
No, that's because we've had a lifetime of vigorous exercising. Our Friday nights equalled a week's cardio easily.
Who'd have thought Tony would end up as CEO of a global... No, actually, he was destined for it, wasn't he?
Sir Charles's favourite son was the inevitable heir to the throne.
Just like something out of Shakespeare.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good cuppa.
Yes.
I wish our Friday nights were still as good as this cuppa.
Well, once your hip replacement settles down, they will be again.
The surgeon couldn't believe how worn out they were.
When you told him about our exploits, the poor man was so embarrassed he didn't know where to look.
He would have done if he'd seen our sessions.
Yes. Oh, I'm stiff.
Oh well, 8 hours late is better than nothing. Oh no! A wet patch on my chair!
Well, don't worry, it's probably a few drips from the teapot.
Check it!
Got the spout?
The wet patch!
I'm not checking that. If it's not tea, it might be wee.
Oh no. I've become incontinent.
I was joking, it's just tea. Anyway, how can I check it?
Sniff it! See if it smells of tea.
No.
Well, I can't smell it, I can't bend over that far.
Those were the days.
Anyway, as your wife, I order you, sniff my wet patch.
Sniff it yourself.
You said it was just tea.
Yes, well, it is.
So, why don't you sniff it then, you big girl?
In case it's wee.
You said it wasn't.
Yes, well, it isn't.
Right, well, sniff it then.
Oh, look, come on, stop worrying and we'll get ready for this dementia woman.
Make sure she sits on this chair, then we'll make her think she's wet herself.
Just remember, play it normal, OK? Well, normal by your standards. It's too risky winding someone up who has so much power.
No, she's got it coming. I'll make her tea in a sock. I'll wear an egg cosy on my head, and I'll talk to the chair and call it Caesar.
Oh, my God.
And I'll use as much non-PC phraseology as possible because social workers hate that and I want to work her up.
Hello, Mr. Spencer?
Well, I'm not Mrs. Spencer, unless she's got a lot of facial hair.
Quite. I'm from...
Yes, we know. My wife and I are psychic.
Oh, you believe you're both psychic, do you?
Oh, no, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, of course you were. Now, can I come in?
If you must.
Do I detect some animosity?
Yes.
Well, this won't take long. In any case, I believe it is your wife I'm here seeing today. Yours is on Friday.
You couldn't have seen us both, one after the other.
No, I have another lady at 4.
Whatever.
There, Fido. Who's a lovely Fido, then?
Hannah.
Bless you. Something got up your nose?
You have no idea.
Now, Fido?
Oh, yeah, this is Fido. I love to stroke my Fido.
And that's not a euphemism.
But you're stroking a tea cosy.
Nothing wrong with your eyesight, is there?
Right. May I sit?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mrs. Spencer, my name is Claire Wells, and I work for the council. As you know, all citizens over 65 have to have a 5-yearly dementia test, and I'm here to carry it out.
And what training have you had?
A weekend course.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
Enough to interview people and gather the data required. I don't evaluate them. That's done by someone on the community health team. Anyway, I am a qualified social worker.
Well, get on with it. And take your time because I love wasting it.
Right.
Oh, I haven't offered you a cup of tea.
Oh, I'd love one.
Oh, you're not going to get one. I was just stating a fact.
Darling, don't be rude. Would you like one?
I bet she's desperate for one.
And a cup of tea.
Quite. Thank you. Quite strong without milk.
Oh, you mean black?
Without milk.
So black then?
Hannah, stop winding her up.
You can't say black. It's racist.
What's the colour of a cuppa got to do with being racist? Of course it's not racist, you silly cow.
I believe you were going to make some tea?
Yeah. Where's that slipper sock?
What?
To make your tea in.
You want to make me a cup of tea in a slipper sock?
She's just winding you up. It's my wife's idea of humour.
Right. Well, you do realise that wasting my time is not acceptable.
Well, you're wasting mine. I should be painting the rhubarb now, not talking to you.
Last warning, darling.
Now, I just want to ask you a few simple questions.
Go on then, let's get this farce over with.
Who lives at number 10 Downing Street?
A cow.
No, the answer is the Prime Minister. Now, question 2. What planet is this?
Why, do you need to know where your spaceship dropped you off?
You think I'm an alien and a spaceship dropped me off, do you?
Oh, you are. I've been to outer space and I know an alien when I see one, and you're one.
All right. Now, I have to test your short-term memory. Could you recite these numbers backwards? 6, 4, 2, 3, 5.
What was the question again?
Look, Mrs. Spencer, I think it might be better if I return another time with a more experienced colleague, don't you?
Not really, but if you must, hurry off now. The portal in our front garden closes in 30 seconds.
Hannah?
I'm also a little concerned as the house seems a little messy.
Messy?
Sometimes a messy house means it isn't being cleaned properly. Why are you crossing yourself, Mr. Spencer?
I assure you, this house and me get clean to within an inch of our lives.
Too right. This house is cleaner than you, cowface.
Cowface? Are we being inappropriately aggressive? That's a sign of dementia, you know, Mr. Spencer.
Is it?
I am being inappropriately aggressive because instead of some verbal, what you actually deserve is death.
Let me show you out in the interests of your safety.
Thank you. Do you have any concerns about your wife, Mr. Spencer?
Yes, but not dementia-wise. Goodbye, Claire.
She didn't know whether I was really bad or winding her up. She's got to get a colleague to help her. Oh, diddums. What a cow.
You could have just been sensible and she'd have gone away, and now she's coming back and bringing back up. Heaven's sake, darling.
I suppose you think I shouldn't have risen to the bait when she said the house was messy too.
For the record, yes. But you were very restrained, darling, so to speak.
Oh, I miss our Friday nights.
Yes, well, I think we're both a bit too old for the stuff we used to do in the playroom. Maybe when your other hip's done and settled.
She was a silly cow.
Oh, let it go.
I'm not touching it.
I mean, stop slagging off Claire. Whinging won't make her any less of a cow.
How dare she say the house isn't clean?
Well, it did make me wonder, darling. I mean, we're neither of us as agile as we were, and housework seems more tiring nowadays.
Well, anyway, I couldn't possibly have a stranger coming in here and touching things and moving things and farting all over the place.
Is it likely that the cleaner will fart all over the place?
Well, it's irrelevant anyway because we're not having a cleaner. Anyway, it's time to meet up with Karen at the coffee hut.
Yes, and it's time to meet Chris at the King's Head.
Oh, so it is. See you later, darling.
See you later, Poppet.
Promise me we'll never stop having our weekly coffee meet-up.
Never. Even in retirement, your life's so much more entertaining than mine.
I'm having my other hip replaced in September.
Ah, good. Once we'd had Matt, the only time my legs were apart was to get on the back of Chris's motorbike.
Well, I was very lucky with my Tim. A real dark horse.
Especially the horse bit, I gather.
Oh, yeah. I asked him to get it out when the council lady came round to give her a shock.
Oh, I wish I'd been there to see that.
Well, you haven't missed much.
Didn't it do the trick?
Tim wouldn't do it. She was about to leave when she turned round and looked at me, so I mooned her.
Great. I bet that helped you pass the test.
When's yours?
Next week. The lady's called... Kathy or someone or other.
Oh, not the same lady then. God, the lady who came to see me was a right cowbag. A cowbag?
Love it.
I wound her up like a wristwatch.
Oh dear. And what was the end result?
She's coming back next week for a second assessment. Tim warned me she'd not realised I was winding her up, and he was right.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. Because she's bringing her boss along too.
Ah, so you'll be 100% normal. Well, normal for you. And make her look stupid.
Absolutely. She's got it coming, she has. She even had the nerve to tell me my house was messy and dirty.
Red rag to a bull.
Big time. If Tim hadn't been there, I'd have gone ape.
Well, having a cleaner doesn't mean you have a dirty house or even that you need one. We have one and our house isn't dirty or messy. It just saves us a lot of hard work.
You've only got a semi.
It is double fronted, you know.
Well, Tim wants me to think about it, but I don't want a stranger in our house. I'd rather do it myself, even if it is going to be hard going on my hip.
Dare I ask how you are today, Chris?
Oh, not good, old son. I'm a master to the arthritis. Just ask my Karen. She has to help me get up in the morning.
Hannah always did that, especially on Friday nights.
Do you miss them?
50 Shades of Grey used to mean Christian and Anna in our house. Now it's just a reference to my hair colour.
Well, at least you still have most of yours.
Yes, well...
I think my Karen's a saint, as you know. I think she's always been a bit sexually frustrated. But she never made a big deal of it, you know. Just quietly absorbed it in her own way.
Maybe you just need a little something to re-energise your sex life.
Put Duracells in the rabbit.
Well, I thought you might start with some vitamins or something.
Well, there's a new wonder drug that's been on prescription for a while that's meant to give men fantastic sexual performance. I might have a chat with the chemist.
You should.
Soon I'll be able to get it over the counter.
Impressive. Have you had your dementia tests yet?
Oh, next week, old son. Personally, I think it's a right liberty. Still, I didn't vote Tory, so my conscience clear.
That's exactly what I said to Hannah. So, the big day.
You can relax. You got the all clear.
Well, that's because I behaved normally and answered the questions correctly.
Ooh, have a house point.
Well, I'm not worried because I know that today you'll be on your best behaviour. I know you won't pass up a chance to make Claire look stupid.
I'll play her like a violin. Old age hasn't ended your cow impressions, has it?
Funny.
Got our free bus passes at last.
Oh, great. Now I feel really old.
Yeah, but we can go anywhere on the buses for nothing. That's a good deal.
Yes, I suppose. You know you can only use them after 9:30 a.m.
There's always a catch. I'll go.
Mrs. Spencer?
Yes?
I'm Marie Maitland. I work with Claire, and we've come back to see you after your assessment last week was ended early. Do you remember?
Of course. Come through to the lounge.
How's Fido this week?
What?
Fido, your tea cosy.
What are you talking about?
You... Oh, never mind.
Are you all right, Claire?
Yes. She's forgotten what she said, that's all.
Right.
I'm Dr. Spencer, her husband. Would you like some tea?
Please. What's your field, Doctor?
Microbiology. It's a PhD.
Right. Well, yes. Tea would be lovely. Now then, Mrs. Spencer, I want to ask you about your belief in aliens and your journey into outer space.
What?
Claire tells me you told her that you'd been to outer space.
Rubbish, what rubbish?
Claire?
She did. She said I was an alien, she'd been in outer space, and there was a time portal in her front garden.
Who's got dementia, Marie? Me or her?
Well, I've worked with Claire for years and I've never known her to make anything up.
So you're calling me a liar?
No.
Well, you are.
I
I wish I'd recorded it.
So do I.
Here we are.
Oh, thank goodness.
Claire's been telling Marie all sorts of lies about what I said, darling.
Has she, darling?
Well, let me ask you some questions, Mrs. Spencer, just to satisfy myself that you do not have any signs of dementia. And I'm a mental health social worker, so I would certainly know.
All right.
Who is the king?
William.
Good. What country do you live in?
England.
Correct. Can you repeat these numbers backwards? 6, 7, 2, 4 and 5.
5, 4, 2, 7 and 6.
Correct. And finally, if Beth had 5 oranges and gave 2 to Fred, and then Helen gave an orange to Beth, how many oranges would Beth have?
4.
Excellent. Well, the answers are all correct and given quickly, so I think we can give you an all clear. So sorry to put you through an assessment twice.
But thank you. Well, you finish your tea and then you can go.
Yes, right.
Well, people with dementia do have lucid periods.
Yes, quite. And bad memory.
Thank goodness that's over with. 5 years hence, if the policy's still in place and we're still alive, behave normally on the next visit.
I can't believe we have to wait till 9:30 to use our bus passes. Give us a free bus pass and then only let us use them off peak. What a bloody liberty.
Was it really necessary to put a pedal bin liner on the seat, darling?
Yes, but don't worry. When we get to Kingston, I'll buy some more lavender cleansing wipes.
You should be ashamed of yourself, you should.
Why?
Making Marie think Claire had lost the plot.
Serves her right.
Well, I don't approve of these tests either, darling, but she's only doing her job.
Well, I can't come clean and Marie will find out I lied and then I'll get in trouble. Anyway, they've such big caseloads they won't even remember a week from now.
If you do the decent thing and own up and explain why you did it, I'm sure you won't get in trouble.
Yeah, that might happen in La La Land, but this is Britain 2041.
Your conscience will prick you, you know.
Rubbish. She had it coming. The way she patronised me, the way she patronised you, for that matter. Cow.
Well, seriously, darling, I'll give you some time to come clean, but if you don't, I'm afraid I might have to tell Marie what you did.
You wouldn't dare.
I would.
I'll talk to Karen.
You must have had actors who inspired you. I mean, one of my idols was Jonathan Langdon. He was the finest microbiologist of the 20th century. I took 3 weeks doing him.
Oh, I bet his arse hurt afterwards.
Oh, your mind's dirtier than Hannah's.
Well, you know what they say, dirty minds get dirty jokes.
True.
Well, I was a big fan of Alan Rickman. I mean, when I was doing my drama degree, he was mostly in small theatre and TV stuff. I mean, he'd go on to bigger things eventually. My final year drama teacher was a big fan too. That final year taught me all the really useful stuff for going on stage.
All the nerves and remembering lines and stuff.
Oh yes, and more. I mean, he taught me how to throw my voice and generally to handle myself on stage.
Did he?
He could hit the back wall of a theatre with no trouble at all.
Your voice, I hope. Well, my Hannah's still a good actress. She definitely convinced that dementia assessor she had dementia. Now she's made her look stupid in front of her boss. And I've told her she has to do the right thing and own up. And if she doesn't, I will.
And?
She said she'd think about it.
Anyway, I think you'll need to get home, won't you? Now?
What's up?
Look, just... Promise you won't tell Hannah or Karen.
Yes.
I'm meeting a lady friend.
Oh.
Oh, nothing like that. Nothing sexual. But Karen will think I'm having an affair or something.
So that's why you want Gooseberry here out of the way?
Sorry, mate.
Is that her? She's looking your way.
Yes.
So what's the story?
Go away.
Only when you tell me how you know her.
None of your business.
Trunky wants a bun.
She's an actress, all right? I hope she didn't stand me up.
Well, there's nothing like a bit of variety.
She's coming.
She hasn't even met you yet.
Go, go.
See you, mate.
Tim, Hannah's having a crisis and she's asked me to come and get you. Your phone's off.
Oh no, she'll kill me. What crisis?
Spider.
Couldn't you have helped?
No, I'm scared of spiders too. I have come over from Hampton, so you could thank me.
No, I'm sorry, thank you. You're a good friend.
Bye, Tim. Well, I might as well have a drink with Chris. Oh my God! Survived the spider then?
Yeah. If I hadn't sent you to get Tim, you wouldn't be worrying.
Don't blame yourself.
That's right. It's Tim's fault for leaving his phone off.
And you're panged by guilt, aren't you?
I do feel a bit guilty. But you can see why I can't own up.
Well, I suppose if no harm's been done. Trouble is, Tim's more ethical than you, and he'll probably do what he says.
He won't if he still wants his jollies.
Yes, well, Chris won't be getting any jollies, that's for sure.
So you challenged him then?
Well, no. Oh, Han, I can't see my Chris cheating again. I mean, he has his faults, but...
Well, maybe she was just a friend.
Well, he makes friends quickly, doesn't he?
They weren't spread out on the pub table ripping each other's clothes off, were they?
No.
When I thought Maddie and Tim were having an affair because I saw them in the coffee shop, I seem to remember we had a similar conversation, except you were reassuring me.
I suppose.
The bottom line is, do you trust him?
Of course not. He's a man.
Well, I've learned to trust my Tim. Marry someone who's not a babe magnet and you're paired for life. Why do you think I chose Tim?
Because he's got a big knob?
No, because he was clean, if you must know, by university student standards. Then we took it from there. Then I found out.
Yes, well, thanks for that. I can imagine what Tim looked like in the 90s. Must have been like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Well, let's say I just asked him to keep his lanky legs covered when we were in company. They became manlier with age.
Yes, well, my Chris was fit when we were married. Built like James Bond he was. Now look at him.
Well, you aged well.
So did you.
Well, this is a very good support bra.
You know, our coffee shop meetups are my weekly highlight. They really are. And how useful having a coffee shop halfway between Shepperton and Hampton.
And on the bus route.
Yes. Are you milking your free bus pass?
Oh, yes. Tim and I went on a road trip last week to celebrate.
God, that sounds so sad.
Look, it's Claire and some bloke. Must be her husband or something.
Well, we don't want to be seen. Hold these menus up like we're browsing and we can peer over the top.
We look like a couple of chads. Oh, God. They're on the next table.
I can't believe Marie's giving me some leave. You know what that's code for, don't you?
Relax, love. She probably thinks you're overloaded and she's giving you some downtime.
No. It's just buying her time while she thinks of a way to let me go.
I think what that woman did to you was terrible, making your boss think you'd lost it. I hope she feels really guilty. Come on, let's have these to go.
That was you they were talking about, wasn't it?
Maybe. Anyway, I don't feel guilty. She was a patronising cowbag.
She was only doing her job. Don't shoot the messenger. Come on, Han. I can't believe you won't do the right thing. Before she does get the sack, you have to come clean.
Well, maybe. And you have to confront Chris, don't you?
I suppose. Chris, we need to talk.
Sounds serious, old girl. What's up?
I went to the pub the other night to get Tim, and I saw you with a woman, and it wasn't me.
What?
Are you having an affair?
What? No. She was a friend. We worked together in rep when I was starting out as an actor, that's all. She was just passing by and wanted to catch up.
You didn't tell me.
No, because I knew you'd think the worst. And I was right. Come on, love.
Well, you have done it before.
That was 40 years ago.
All right. Well, just don't let me catch you with her again. Clear?
Yes, dear.
All right, then.
I just want to say, darling, how proud of you I am.
Oh, shut up.
I knew you'd come round.
Was that your first chat-up line after the chloroform had worn off?
Ah, ha, ha.
My being here has nothing to do with you.
Mr. and Mrs. Spencer, come through.
Hannah?
I have to come clean. It's about Claire.
Yes?
Well, you say, darling.
Hannah resents being screened for dementia. So she made out she had dementia to waste Claire's time. And, well, what Claire said, Hannah said and did, well, Claire was telling the truth.
Yeah.
I see. Well, Claire's on leave at the moment, with stress. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Not really.
Look, we don't like this system either. It's a terrible imposition, but we have to do our job. I'm sorry you don't like it, but that doesn't mean you can take it out on our staff.
I said sorry. Well, I have now.
Well, let Claire know, and hopefully, if she's feeling up to it, she can come back. The workload's piling up while she's away.
Yes, and the next time the time comes for an assessment, I'll make sure I don't play along.
Yeah, that's right. You were complicit. I think you should apologise too.
All right, sorry. But Hannah threatened me with a sex boycott if I didn't do what I was told.
Our marriage has worked very well over the last 50 years on that basis.
Are you not getting too, old, for sex?
What a cheek! You're never too old for sex, Marie. Make the most of it while everything's still in good order. And when it isn't, bless the NHS.
My wife's had one hip replaced and the NHS is doing the other one soon.
Surgeon couldn't believe how knackered they were.
Yes, thank you, darling. Marie doesn't want to know about our sex life, thank you.
Well, it's been really lovely meeting up again. Nicer here than in the pub.
Yes.
Must just pop to the toilet. Won't be a moment.
Yes. Lipstick check. Oh, God, it's on my cheek. If Karen sees that... Oh, hello, love. You're back early.
Well, the bus before my usual one was late leaving, so I caught that one. So that's why I'm early. Is that a problem?
No.
Then why have you got a startled rabbit face? And who's in the bathroom?
There, you see. Don't you feel better now all that guilt's been taken away?
No. How humiliating.
Well, I think Marie was very reasonable. You can be fined for wasting dementia assessor's time, you know. It was in the legislation as a deterrent to people like you.
Well, it's all over and done with for another 5 years. I was good, though. I mean, I thought I was quite convincing.
You should get to know Chris, you know, Karen's other half.
Oh, yeah. He was an actor, wasn't he?
Yes.
Which side up did you put this bin liner?
I don't know, darling. Both sides look the same.
No, the side that goes on the seat has an X on it. Hang on. Oh no, I've been sitting on the wrong side of the liner. I'll have to strip off in the hallway and disinfect my skirt now.
You sure you're not getting dementia?
Shut up.
Poetic justice, that's what that is.
Miss Karen. Hello? You what? Of course we'll come over. We're on the bus home from the social, but Tim will drive us over there when we get home.
Oh, will he?
Yes, he will.
Yes, only joking, darling. Of course I will.
OK. See you soon.
I wonder what's happened.
She sounded a bit upset.
Well, it seems like a reasonable explanation to me.
Typical man.
Tim's so square, he thought if Chris had crossed the line, believe me, he'd say so.
I would.
Look, old girl, I know I cheated on you before, but that was years ago.
And that makes it all right, does it?
No, I shouldn't have done it then, and I promised I wouldn't do it again, and I haven't.
All right, but I will be watching you, Chris, like a hawk.
Fair enough.
I'll keep him on the straight and narrow.
All right.
Take a tip from a fellow man. Don't expect her to apologise, and don't ask her to, OK?
Yes, old son.
Whispering men. Oh dear, that's a bad sign.
Oh, no.
Joke, Karen.
Yes, well, see you next week for our usual coffee, barring a crisis.
Sure.
Oh, I know what I meant to ask you. Did you own up to the social about winding up that dementia tester?
Yeah, but only under duress.
Didn't you feel better for it?
No, I felt like a naughty schoolgirl. Only Tim ever treated me like a naughty schoolgirl, when he dressed up as the headman.
Yes, thank you, Han. A little bit too much information there.
The costume's still hanging in the wardrobe, you know.
Sorry, glad you're both friends again. Come on, Tim, let's go home, have an early night, and you can stroke my Fido.
And just to clarify, you don't mean the tea cosy, right? You have been listening to Sue Ford as Hannah, Robert Chantler as Tim, Caroline Palmer as Karen, Geoff Meddleton as Chris, Geoff Buckingham as Tony, Philippa Stuart as Claire, Olwen Holme as Marie, Robert Hardy as Frank, Sue Ford as Shelley, and Tom Brierley as Jack. Hannah and Tim Grow Old Disgracefully was written and directed by Robert Chantler. The producer was Victoria Lawrence, and it was a Free Theatre Company production.